Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, honorable faculty members, distinguished guests, and my dear friends. I, Raguraj Mathur,
And Advasha.
are thrilled to welcome you all to this highly anticipated guest lecture on the topic Recent Innovations in AI, organized by the Placement Cell in collaboration with IIC of Jagannath International Management School. Today, we have gathered here to explore the rapidly evolving world of artificial intelligence, a field that is shaping the future of technology and revolutionizing industries across the globe. It gives me a great pleasure to welcome and introduce our esteemed speaker of the day, Mr. Vineet Mishra, sir, a visionary in the field of AI.
Today, we are honored to have with us Mr. Vineet Mishra, sir, who is a partner in technology consulting for power and utilized sector at ENY. With over 13 years at ENY, sir has been instrumental in establishing the digital practice within the energy sector. He holds a postgraduate degree in marketing and an undergraduate degree in electrical engineering and brings with him an impressive 20 years of experience in the energy sector. Sir has not only made significant strides in digital strategy, artificial intelligence, cybersecurity, ERP, analytics, smart metering, and smart grid, but he also boasts extensive international experience. He has worked with prominent international companies across South Africa, Singapore, Dubai, Malaysia, Kuwait, Qatar, Nepal, and Bangladesh. Furthermore, he has collaborated with government entities, public sector undertakings, and funding agencies such as the World Bank. So, we are truly privileged to have you with us today. Now, I would like to request Anshika to kindly welcome Sir with token of appreciation.
Ado, I would like to invite Vineet sir to the podium to share his insights on recent innovations in AI with us.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. I'm audible. I just don't want to keep you boring more to my presentation. I just want to make this session very interactive, and since we have 1 hour, and what I wanted, whatever queries you have in this space, because I work in tech space, and my predominant area is power and utility has been highlighted. So I want that you can ask me any questions. I'll set the context, but you people should ask questions regarding what's happening in tech space, what's happening related to AI, cybersecurity, or anything analytics, infrastructure, moving from basic normal infra to cloud infrastructure. So that is your field of play, because you people are from BCA background, so you need to travel through that kind of a journey. So let's make this session interactive. I don't know if a video can run through here itself, and then one small video which I always I love that, and I want that whosoever at least in his or her academic zone should go to that video. So can
Yes, yes.
Google find out. So let's start in this way that what you know about tech space or technology space. Other hand, and let's discuss what you have heard about technology space, recent innovations in technology. Anyone would like to give a chance? And I would like to highlight all of you, because after a year or couple of years you would come in professional life, and in your professional life if you are not having your point of view, boss, you are gone. I'm telling you, writing on the wall, you would stay nowhere if you don't have your point of view. So please keep your point of view, put your thoughts. Sahi hoga, galat hoga, doesn't matter. Anyone would like to raise his or her hand? What they have heard about technology, what new recent technologies they have heard? I've already echoed 3-4 names already. Any hands up? Yes, please. Can you tell me your name as well?
Ayush,
Hi Ayush.
I think generative AI is
Fantastic. What do you have about Gen AI?
doubt basically doubt if the जिस तरह की ग्रोथ हो रही है तो मेरे ख्याल से उस टाइम में जो डेटा साइंस और एनालिटिक्स की जो मेन जॉब्स हैं जो बिजनेस साइंटिस्ट जॉब है वो बहुत कम हो जाएंगी क्योंकि जब मीडिया तक और एनालाइज ज़्यादा अच्छे से कर सकता है तो जॉब्स पे मेरे ख्याल से
Okay. सबने सुना होगा यार कोई तो. So you please. What's your name? Vanshika. So what do you have about Gen AI apart from this Gen AI job खा जाएगा?
Sir, it helps us in doing a lot of work. For example, if we want to search the simplest program, it would give us the answer automatically. And
So Vanshika, how is different from Google? Google पे भी तो search करते हैं.
so we have to search in Google. We have to be thorough. But generative AI will give us the answer which is most appropriate.
Okay, quite specific.
Yeah.
Okay. So the classic difference between Gen AI and AI is what you are doing on Google. It's AI. It's artificial intelligence. It's giving you many answers. But if you want to do answer which quite generative in nature, which you are looking for best fit in your requirement, is called Gen AI. Supposedly, I'll tell you one more example. Then please sit down. So if you want to draw a horse running nearby seashore, blue color horse. If you put in Google horse picture running near seashore, blue color horse, probably you will get 50 odd links wherein you can see blue color horse, red color horse, white color horse, near seashore, not seashore, but it's not an exact what you are looking for. While in Gen AI, if you put the right prompt is kind of a query. If you put the right set of prompt, you will get the right set of answer. So that's the basic genesis around Gen AI. But I'll come Gen AI and AI later on. Anything else you heard about technology space in this world recently which is moving around? Gen AI के अलावा और क्या सुना है हमने? Recent updates. और क्या है डिमांड? Most you people have BCA guys. Yes, please. Yes. But I'm a bit surprised. सब तुमने सुना है? No one else. So, anyone would like to raise hand? What's blockchain? What's blockchain? Surprisingly, boss. Okay. What else? I'll come blockchain as well. What else? Abhi, you are not entitled to give answer. What else you have heard? यार इससे ज़्यादा आंसर तो मेरे 8 साल का बेटा है वो दे देगा अगर मैं उससे पूछूंगा. I conducted a lecture in my daughter's class. She is in 8th standard. And I took a lecture. She is in DPS, so parents work as a faculty randomly there itself. So I took a lecture about innovation technology. And to be very honest, it may demotivate you. The kids of 8th standard were giving better answer as compared to you. I was asking new technology, they were raising their hand and they were talking about it. And to my surprise, in fact, I asked, glitch happened in Microsoft. The very next day I was conducting session and they were quite prompt in giving the answer that was a crowdsource issue. And those kids 8th standard were answering me very next day, sir, it's a crowdsource issue. And I'm asking you basic technology names, one guy is only raising the hand. Come on. Should I randomly ask anyone? Or anyone will raise his or her hand by his or her price? बोलो boss. Otherwise it would be quite monolithic. मैं तो बोल के चला जाऊँगा 1 घंटे बाद. Yes, please.
Sir, metaverse and Web 4.
Yes, you heard about metaverse and
Web 4.0.
Web 4.2.
Industry, sorry.
IoT 4.0. It's called Industry 4.0.
Yes, just
So anyone would like to explain what is metaverse, what is Industry 4.0? No, not you. Please sit down. I'll come on these topics. Anyone heard about cloud? Rather than use cloud. But no one is raising hand about cloud. What's cloud? Will anyone like to explain? Because I can't cover all the technologies right now, because I want to structure my discussion. First half an hour around this, and next half an hour how you can shape your career around this. Okay. Anyone would like to highlight what is cloud? Yes, please.
Accessing services on a remote server.
Yes, kind
Can be storage and other things.
Yes. So what is the advantage of cloud?
So like we are paying only for the things we are using.
Yes, pay per use.
Yes.
That's one advantage. Other advantages? Real name, you are not allowed. This side. Boss, come on. So you need not to invest anything upfront. So what do you do? Even in your college, they must have created a lab. They must have created server. They must have a database. Okay. If they are not using cloud services, what they need to do? They need to install servers. They need to install databases. They need to install right set of applications to have a database of all of you, to have a database of all activities, even the kind of videos they are getting or the kind of videos they want to store. Everything they need to store locally. It's a costly affair. So with the help of cloud, so think like this. I'll just give you an example. Like I'll just try to correlate with the income tax department. Okay. So we know usually the income tax filing dates come in the month of July. Okay. 31st July is the last day, if it has not been extended. So the maximum traffic of return filers on that website is the month of July. Okay, let's consider almost 8 to 9 crore people submit their return, and out of those 8 to 9 crore, almost 6 to 7 crore files their return in the month of July. So अभी ये सोचो कि if those services are not in cloud, and you need to create that infrastructure. So what would happen? You would create infrastructure for maximum load, otherwise your website would crash, your database would not respond properly. I'm not talking about what is database and what is website, which I am presuming that all of you are on top of that. So you need to create an infrastructure. If you need to invest your money, boss, I need to create an infrastructure for 6 to 7 crore people who are filing return in a month itself. Okay, but after July, what you would do with that infrastructure? That would sit idle. So you have no use, because from August till at least next March, there is no return file, except commercial returns files or other people who are not salaried people. Okay, advanced tax filing. So you have created an infrastructure for 6 to 7 crore persons in a month, while your actual filing remaining 11 months is less than 50,000 people or 60,000 people. So you have invested so heavily in your infrastructure, which is probably not required throughout the year. So you need the infrastructure which is quite elastic in nature. So if my peaks come, I have an infrastructure as per my peak. So what does cloud people do? Like core cloud people are in the market, like AWS, Microsoft, Control-S, IBM, now GCP, Google Cloud partner also there. So what they do, they have created a facility, big facility, which work for at least more than 1,000, 2,000 clients, wherein income tax department peak comes in the month of July, while supposedly if I'm from utility sector, like I work in power sector. So for my services, peak come in the month of March, when any state was not budget, any state announced that okay, we are giving a scheme, kind of the scheme known as one-time settlement, OTH scheme. Whosoever has not submitted their bill throughout the year, we will give them relaxation in their surcharges and all. But please close this by 31st March. So in the month of January to March, we get the maximum traffic. So now my infrastructure for July month would be used by income tax department. The same infrastructure can be utilized by utility department in the month of January to March. So it's a uniform load distribution. So you need not to create that kind of a heavily invested infrastructure. You can utilize those. Next, what next? Any other technology? One we talked about AI. One we talked about cloud or infra. What's next emerging trend? Sorry? Cyber security. Yes. So what do you know about cyber? ये तो बड़ा कॉमन टर्म है. Please give me some guide, some basic points about cyber. Yes, please.
That includes internet into the process is known as cyber, and talking about security is securing things over internet and taking over the protocol so that it could be secure for everyone to use.
Precisely. Data, you need to secure your application, you need to secure your infrastructure. Anything which you are using, you are exposing in open environment. So there are typically two kind of cyber services which I want to further classify. One is the IT cyber security and then is the OT cyber security. IT is basically what you are doing in this premises. Those all are IT services. OT is the operation technology like controlling grids, controlling refineries. Those are all operation technology. So did you hear any recent big cyber attack in India? Anyone? The unfortunate part, I am telling you very interesting thing. We day in day out hear as a professional hear about cyber security attacks, cyber attacks on various organizations. But the unfortunate part, organization never accepted. बस हमारे तो कोई नहीं, हमारा तो सब ठीक है, हमारा system well in place because they can't expose themselves in the market. While we do study for them, we conduct survey, we conduct thorough study for them, how much their system is vulnerable. But mostly organization doesn't accept it. But anyone heard about any cyber attack in India recent past? Yes, you are very close.
So AIMS की database पे
Exactly. AIMS. So we did a study for AIMS. So as my organization, has done. My organization has done. So you understand do you know the importance of cyber threats in any system? What worse they can do? Any idea? Anyone? One, we have seen that a recent case, 2 days back, one of my friends in my society told someone asked money from other person by quoting his name, calling his name, and say, okay, I need money, I am in hospital, blah blah blah, my cards are not working, I need 1.2 lakh, can you please transfer? And that fellow transferred the money. Then the first question I asked, why? Means the fellow could not recognize that you are talking about. No, मुझे तो रवि जी आप ही की आवाज लग रही थी. That's a classic recent case of artificial intelligence. The voice can be cloned. I don't think anyone in this room has not heard about deepfake. So your voice can be cloned through AI, and the same voice can be transcripted to other, and one can ask and I can say, okay boss, मैंने तो इसके बाद रोज ही सुनता हूँ, हाँ रवि होगा. I can transfer the money. So that's a financial loss, but that's a brand loss also. So again, like utility or it's a oil and gas company in Russia. So they have a refueling plan. So they need to refuel flights through their oil. And the system is called operation technology, which I was talking about. It's called operation technology, how much fuel would be filled at what time, what frequency and all. And someone got the control on their their operation technology system. And they force stopped the refueling of this. So you can understand what kind of a chaos and what kind of a cascading impact of this. They got n number of lawsuits on the organization because flights got delayed beyond control, people could not reach the time, they missed their meeting. So there were n number of suits were filed on that organization. Even in India, utility sector, where again I correlate many examples from utility sector, power and utility, because I work in that sector. One of our neighboring states, they got hackers got access on their billing database. Billing database means how much money I need to pay to the utility, what is my security deposit to the utility. So you can imagine any utility is having more than 1 crore consumers in their database. If I change consumer information like, okay, Vineet Mishra has deposited 20 lakhs rupees 3 years back, so you can't reach out on that particular transaction unless you have a right set of security in place. So those kind of a database mismatching, database tampering, again a big threat on the organization, because they need to go for their brand image also. So if a consumer supply interrupted, flights get delayed, wrong set of information to reaching out the consumer, this is a brand image, brand or reputation damages also. So eventually 3 major terms are running in the market: artificial intelligence, cloud, and third is cyber security. So I think, I don't know, I have been told that you people are on the 5th semester. 5th. So BCA up to 6th semester, or it's a
5th semester?
No, BCA duration is up to 6th semester. No? After 6th semester, either you go for MCA or you will go in the market. Okay. So if you are going in the market, so after 6 months or down the line, if your next 6 months are internship, I don't know, you will hear these buzzwords: artificial intelligence or Gen AI, cloud, and infra. So you need to consider your career in this space. I don't know how many of you are thinking in that direction. So I'll take up next part based on your interest, but I want to know from all of you, if you have any doubts about making your career in these spaces. I'm here to give answer. First, I want to take up your question, because usually what happens is I run through my session 1 hour, then I say sorry, I need to leave. So आपके question answer का time रहता नहीं. So you have any questions about your career counseling per se, or in this area how you can make your career, or what are the challenges you see in the market? I'm here to give you answers. Any questions? I doubt. Can you run that video?
Yes.
So I hope उस वीडियो सुनने के बाद कुछ आगे उठे.
Malcolm Gladwell in his book, The Outlier, said, who you are cannot be separated from where you came from. I left India 25 years ago when I was in the United States, and they had tremendous success in that very But none of that could have happened if I hadn't had a wonderful upbringing very much here in India. So I have a lot to thank India for. Now my 3 lessons I'd like to share with you. First, please be a lifelong student. When we are kids, we ask questions like, why is the sky blue? Why is the bird flying so high? But for some reason, as we get older, that curiosity goes away. And if we are happy with the knowledge we have, then we are actually going to act. So please remain a lifelong student. Don't lose that curiosity. Second, whatever you do, throw yourself
Again,
into
we
it.
have us to say you. Any questions which I can ask for you in a career shaping? Surprising. All are sorted. Yes, please.
So first of all, how to know our interest? Like we are interested in cyber, we are interested in artificial intelligence, or we are interested in cloud. So how can we figure out that?
No, how can you figure out it this? Eventually, there is no parameter to decide where you need to go. But these are the three emerging trends. And all three trends will go at least for next 10 years. It's set in the market. And the day, because AI will take shape. AI will take shape, cyber security would come in the pictures significantly. As I talked about deepfake, I talked about the voice modulation. So that's why we talk about responsible AI, where cyber security comes in the picture. And to run Gen AI kind of solution, it cannot run on normal infrastructure. It would run on cloud itself. Because we are not talking about CPU, we are talking about GPUs now. GPU system setup in normal organizations is not possible. So all these three fields would come in the picture, but yes, it's obviously your choice. What do you want to do? But from longevity per se for next 10 years, all three are set. अभी आपकी choice है. You want to make your career as a cyber expert, you want to make your career as a AI, because you are fresh in the market right now. But somewhere you need to identify that what I want to do. So that's your choice. Market is open for all. It's not like this AI would go for 20 years, cyber would go for 5 years, and infra would go for 1 year itself. No, ऐसा नहीं. It will go hands on hand.
After like our bachelor's, either we should go for our like masters or we should first enter in the market.
Yes, good question. Honestly, when I recruit persons, I will not disheartening any one of you. When I recruit resource in my organization and I do interviews, I prefer this. It's not my choice; it's a market choice. So whenever most of my clients ask BTech Computer Science or MCA, so that's why I prefer masters. But yes, that's my sector per se. I am saying, but there are certain sectors which like BC also.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Can we done?
What the outlier said, who you are cannot be said.
Months back, in any enterprise level AI adoption, enterprise level adoption is called organization wide. एक होता है कि मैंने एक यूज केस एक छोटा सा पायलट कर लिया, वो अलग है. But if I want to run enterprise level artificial Gen AI or AI kind of initiative, largely Gen AI initiative, so it charged me 5.5 rupees per prompt. So supposedly enterprise wide, let's say Reliance has taken enterprise level Gen AI licenses and they have 30,000 employees, 40,000 employees, and they have given everyone. So एक बंदे ने अगर एक दिन में 15 prompt लिख दिए तो उसने अपने 100 रुपए का काम कर दिया रिलायंस के लिए. उसका आउटकम उसको यूज होता नहीं होता, बट प्रॉम्प्ट लिखना और उसका फैच करना इट्स ऑलमोस्ट 5.5 पर ट्रांजेक्शन, 100 रुपीज और 30,000 एम्प्लॉय. सो इट्स नॉट अ वर्थवाइल टू गिव AI to everyone. It's not a worthwhile to use AI everywhere. So it is called a value accelerator. There is a term which I am highlighting you, value accelerator. What does value accelerator suggest? बस अगर मुझे पूरी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन का ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन करना है, सो आई नीड टू फाइंड आउट कहाँ AI लगेगा, कहाँ बेसिक एनालिटिक्स लगेगा, कहाँ मेरा रोबोटिक्स लगेगा. सो रोबोटिक्स इज प्लेइंग सिग्निफिकेंट रोल. Because what is robotics? Robotics is simply replacement of monolithic job, mundane job which you are performing day by day. So like again I am giving an example of utility. New connection. If a consumer is taking a new connection, so it can आज की डेट में he needs to travel 10 different persons. पहले जाएगा रिक्वेजिशन फाइल करेगा, एक क्लर्क को देगा, क्लर्क वो रिक्वेजिशन लेगा, बोला ठीक है जी आप वहाँ पेमेंट कराइए, सेकंड पर्सन वो होगा, थर्ड पर्सन डॉक्यूमेंट वेरिफिकेशन करेगा, बोला जी अब आप जाइए आपके यहाँ एक जूनियर इंजीनियर आएगा वो आपको बताएगा, एक लाइनमैन पहुँचता है, फिर जूनियर इंजीनियर वेरीफाई करता है, फिर SDO को. सो दैट्स अ लेंथी प्रोसेस एंड लॉट ऑफ ह्यूमन इंटरवेंशन रिक्वायर्ड, बट प्रोसेस सेम है. सो इट कैन बी ऑटोमेटेड. So we have already automated new connection process where as a consumer, you can simply put the request on mail, attaching all the documents. Robotics is not robot itself. Robotics is a programming. Okay, we have created bot, new connection bot, which reads your mail, find out, scan the document, if see everything is fine, then respond to you automatically. Your documents are perfect. So you need not to bother anything. Our person would reach out at your place, but please available at this 3 slots we are giving you. You need to pick up any slot. Once you pick up, person reaches out, do everything, and your connection automatically issued. So it's called automation. So coming to your point, AI is taking big shape, but parallelly RPA, which is called robotics process automation, is also emerging field. But it's a kind of a AI stuffs. That's why it is subset of AI. And the prominent tool in this space is UiPath, probably UiPath in my mind right now. But again, RPA or robotic process automation, again a good field to choose.
You know, Malcolm Gladwell in his book, The Outliers, said, who you are cannot be...
Boss, if you are not a lifelong student, as I am talking to you right now and you are quite skeptical to ask the questions, you will not be able to grow if you are not having that kind of attitude. Think when you were 5 years, 6 years, 10 years old, you were asking why sky is blue, why birds flying, you were getting answers. But if you are not asking questions right now, it will never work. I heard a statement or quote, it's better to be a foolish one time rather than being foolish whole life. If you are not asking questions at that point of time, you may have that question in your mind and you don't get an answer. So in fact, I'm very candid and I'm honestly telling all of you, I am having 20 years experience. I sit n number of meetings in a day. Even how much senior guy is putting any point, if I don't understand, I raise my hand. Sorry, was samajh nahi aaya. Because I can't nod my head without understanding the point, because it may have certain repercussions subsequently. You people are studying right now, so probably repercussion may not be financial. But if I am sitting in a room and I am saying yes, okay, it may have a financial implication subsequently. I could not understand the importance of those things, but I am saying yes, it's fine. That means I have given my nod, I have given my acceptance. It's better to understand the thing at that moment. So again, I don't know, I would recommend a book to all of you. Please try to read that book. It's called The Art of Thinking Clearly. I can send mail to you and you can circulate. The Art of Thinking Clearly, written by Rob Dolphin. So what he suggests, he says that there is a phenomena which is called social proofing. And most of the people here are sitting in the social proofing mode. Social proofing suggests if one person or more than one person are saying something wrong and people are not reverting, then they think, okay, this fellow is saying right. So to prove this fact, what he did, there was one person who was trying to understand the psychology of the person in a room. What he did, he started a workshop and placed his 8 to 10% in that workshop out of 100 person who were attending the workshop. And he drew 2 lines. One line was slightly bigger than the other one. And it was quite evident, this line is bigger, this line is smaller. And he asked, which line is bigger? The first question he asked, जिन लोगों को उसने place किया हुआ था. Person simply asked, जो smaller थी उसको bigger बोला intentionally. Then he again asked the second person which whom he has placed. पहले 10 लोगों से उसने उनसे ही पूछा जिसको उसने place किया हुआ था और 10 ने smaller line को bigger बताया. The moment he started discussing with the 11, 12 which were not placed, they were saying, हाँ सही बोलने पहले 10. That is called social proofing. If you have a guts to say smaller is smaller, worse, simple. Smaller cannot be bigger. That's called social proofing. Don't live with the social proofing. गलत है तो गलत है. And that's why I say that every time, please put your point of view, which is my submission. If you want to grow in your career, Even your classes, lecture, anything, you should raise your hand, boss. नहीं समझा. So that was the first lesson which she was taking. Indra Nui, I hope many of you know about Indra Nui. She was the ex-CEO of PepsiCo. So she was facilitated in India. That time she taught about these 3 lessons. Second one.
Job, I look at it as a calling, as a passion. And I don't care about the hours, I don't care about the hardship, because to me everything is a joy. So
whatever you are doing with a passion. So the question was asked, what should I do? Cyber, cloud, or artificial intelligence? Do whatever, boss, but do with a passion. Don't do like that we need to do. We need to complete our syllabus and we need to get the marks. I simply follow the theory of 3 idiots. काबिल बनो, कामयाबी पीछे भागो. And I'm telling you, I'm again quoting example because those examples came through or passed through in my professional journey. So there's a guy who was working with me around 5 years back with one of my clients in UP, and it's a very ordinary guy. He was working around cyber security, and you can understand 5-6 years back cyber security future that was not very evident in the market. And but what I have seen that fellow every time busy, and whenever you see his laptop, what he is working, he is doing some dark web kind of things and other things. He was totally in that space. I usually ask Rahul, what are you doing? Well, I am doing, and he was an ethical hacker. So I know what you people should know what is the ethical hacker. He was an ethical hacker. And most of the guy of our organization, they were doing 9 to 6 job and were moving it out. But that fellow was sitting and doing that stuff day in day out. So one day we got an assignment from our client that they have some doubts in terms of their billing system vulnerability. And we put the job. We put this fellow also on the job, another fellow also. You would be surprised that average fellow who was doing day in day out in cyber area and was totally soaked in that space, within 4 hours he could find out the vulnerability that their database is quite exposed. Based on this outcome, you wouldn't believe that we developed a solution for all the utility, because the kind of vulnerability which we could see in one system, those kind of vulnerability is applicable to most of the billing system. And we developed a solution. Solution value was somewhat of ticket around 1 to 2 CR and 20 utilities were there. We could make money of 20 to 25 CR itself. And that fellow got an extraordinary promotion. Unfortunately, he moved out from our organization. He is sitting in Google right now. If you see his credentials, his marks and those are average, which the initial impression which we were carrying in our mind that he is average guy, but he was totally soaked in this. And for the same thing is applicable to all of us. We don't have a time to go to office. I'm not saying you should do like this. Work-life balance is one of the most important aspects nowadays. But when we do something, we do something. We never bother it's a Saturday, it's a Sunday or other stuff. I usually reach my office at 7:30 or 8. I leave my office 3, 4. It's not a compulsion to me to be in office 9 to 5. It's my own passion which drives me. Same thing should be applicable to all of you. It's not your course, it's not your curriculum. If you are going any subject, go in the deep. So same logic, 3 idiots, काबिल बनो बस, कामयाबी आपके पीछे है. That's the second lesson which she is talking about. And I am telling you, Newton's law applicable, boss. Not in physics, in life. Whatever you will do, you will get the same kind of thing. And probably you may not be able to understand, but it's my duty to highlight all of you. I could understand this somewhat around 14-15 years of my work, after 14-15 years of my working experience. You should help others, and it will come back to you in any ways in your life, boss. Any ways in your life. And I have seen number of examples which I can't quote because of the nine paucity, but you should help others in whatever the way you can, even if you're a friend, if you're a colleague, if you're a junior, even if you're a senior, whosoever. Because to today you are at this level, and that's why I am here. So whenever I get a chance to share my views with upcoming talent of India, I never miss that one. I'm having my calendar packed. After this session, I will move to my office. Again, I will be totally busy in my meetings. As I told, I went to my kids' school. They are in 8th standard, but I am giving understanding to them. I was discussing with Mansi also about number of workshops, number of events I attend, but I never miss any chance where I see youth like you are coming in, which are our future. So I always try to share my views because मैंने जो 20 साल में सीखा है, हो सकता है मैं थोड़ा शॉर्टर पीरियड में आप लोगों को वो इनपुट दे पाऊँ, बट यू शुड ऑल्सो help others which are your juniors, even whatever the way. If you want to teach someone, you can teach it if you have time. So that kind of a gratitude extension pays you back, boss. I am telling you, मतलब it's not limited in my words. In any ways, boss, आप कहीं ना कहीं देखोगे वो आपको मिलेगा. वो लाइफ में न्यूटन लॉ लगता ही लगता है. So don't miss that opportunity. I know अभी समझना थोड़ा मुश्किल है आप लोगों की एज में, but slowly, gradually, you will understand. If you inculcate that property till now, so I'll just give you one example. छोटा सा. Professionals who are working like us get our salary on 1st of the month. अकाउंट में क्लिक करता है, वो बस 10 मिनट की खुशी होती है, अच्छा आ गई, ठीक है. उससे ज़्यादा खुशी होती है अगर आप सिग्नल पे खड़े होकर ना एक बच्चे को बिस्किट का पैकेट दो, उससे ज़्यादा खुशी मिलती है. Honestly, I'm telling you. That's why you can't correlate right now. आती है भाई, सैलरी अच्छी लगती है, but the point is that feeling is far better as compared to the money is crediting in your account. So extend your help to others. So these are the 3 basic lessons apart from this core technology aspect. So I want to run this video in the beginning, but sorry, it was not working. So again, I am coming to the same point. Questions regarding technology, whatever question you ask, otherwise I should throw some questions to you, you need to answer. Yes, please. No. अगर आप देखिए, if you want to go in cloud is a different kind of sub-categorization. Cloud itself. If you go cyber security, again, cyber security has different kind of expertise. You can be vulnerability expert, you can be SOC implementation expert, but once you go in those areas, supposedly if you decide, till MCA you would not be, in best of my understanding the curriculum which I know, but slowly gradually curriculum are also changing. But in best of my understanding, if you go in future, you are doing MCA, you may be giving understanding of all. But you need to decide where you need to go for a specialization. For example, like my nephew is doing BTech in computer science. So in his college, they have a computer science in cyber security. There is a specialization computer in cyber security. So it depends upon the curriculum of the colleges also. But initially they will give you the understanding of all. But you need to find out where you want to go. You need to put extra time around this. Whenever you participate in any campus or any organization, but when I take interview, I see person is MC, for example, okay, and I need a person who is having cyber security expertise, and if I am interviewing him or her, he is having that kind of understanding, I'll pick him or her. So if you are doing your MCA, you are reading about AI, you are reading about cyber, you are reading about infra, but you need to do specialization either college curriculum is suggesting or you by yourself. Then only you can make a differentiation. I hope I could answer. Other question? तो क्लाउड दे देगा. What you will do?
ऐसे तो कुछ स्पेसिफिक सोचा नहीं है.
So that's the point. You need to understand market है क्या. So Azure क्या करता है? You know Azure? Azure is a cloud platform. and they provide different applications. अभी let's say आपने कोई एप्लीकेशन बनाया, फॉर एग्जाम्पल मैंने आपको एक प्रोजेक्ट दिया कि आपको आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस में एक यूज केस बनाना है विच इज कॉल्ड वेजिटेशन मैनेजमेंट. यू नो, मतलब मैं आपको वेजिटेशन मैनेजमेंट बता देता हूँ क्या है. मैं आपको वो एग्जांपल बता रहा हूँ जो मार्केट में बड़े प्रेवलेंट है. वेजिटेशन मैनेजमेंट क्या होता है, इंडिया में थोड़ा कम एप्लीकेबल है अभी, लेकिन एप्लीकेबल है इन फॉरेस्ट एरियाज जो थिक फॉरेस्ट है. बट अदरवाइज यूएस और ऑस्ट्रेलिया में बहुत एप्लीकेबल, बिकॉज देयर आर बिग फॉरेस्ट एरियाज आते हैं. सो जो ट्रांसमिशन लाइन जाती है ना, अगर आपकी ट्री की हाइट बढ़ जाती है और गिरता है तो वो लाइन टूट जाती है. उसकी वजह से ना फायर, जो आपका फॉरेस्ट फायर होती है, वो एकर्स ऑफ फॉरेस्ट को बर्न आउट कर देती है. एंड इट्स अ क्वाइट प्रोमिनेंट फिनोमिना इन यूएस एंड ऑस्ट्रेलिया. सो उसके लिए ना आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस की एल्गोरिथम बनती है कि बहुत सेंसर लगे हुए हैं, पेड़ की हाइट क्या है, ड्रोन रन करते हैं कि अभी हाइट ये है, देन दे अप्लाई कि यहाँ वाटरफॉल कितना हुआ है. तो दे हैव अ प्रेडिक्शन वेल इन एडवांस कि ये पेड़ इस हाइट तक 3 साल में पहुंचेगा. सो व्हाट दे डू आफ्टर 2.5 years दे अगेन रन द ड्रोन एंड दे सी ओके वहाँ पहुँचा नहीं पड़ता. तो वो प्रोएक्टिव एक्शन लेते हैं. ठीक है. व्हाट माइक्रोसॉफ्ट डज, माइक्रोसॉफ्ट वो ऐप बना के अपने एज्योर पर रखा हुआ है. अभी उसको रन करने वाला और उसको इंस्टॉल करने वाला, उसको सेक्टर का चलाने वाला आना चाहिए. So if you want to do in job in Azure, you should be either sector expert, जिसको vegetation management मालूम हो, you should be data science expert. एप्लीकेशन है उसमें आपको प्लान करना है कि जो पैरामीटर्स हैं सेम नहीं होंगे, पैरामीटर्स वुड बी डिफरेंट. वाटरफॉल इन ऑस्ट्रेलिया वुड बी डिफरेंट vis-a-vis वाटरफॉल इन यूएस. सो द रोल कम्स लाइक अ डेटा साइंटिस्ट. इफ यू आर डेटा साइंटिस्ट यू कैन कस्टमाइज दैट एप्लीकेशन. आपको एप्लीकेशन स्क्रैच से नहीं बनाना, otherwise it will take another 1 year which Microsoft already developed and put on the platform. तो Microsoft के Azure platform पे applications already host हैं. But what you need to do that? You need to run those applications based on your competency as a data scientist expert or as sector expert. मैं ही पूछूं क्वेश्चन अगला? Should ask boss. मुझे ही पूछना पड़ेगा फिर. How many of you heard about Meta? Okay. What is Meta? मैं by the way बड़ा सरप्राइज है, मुझे 2 लोगों ने Meta सुना है. How many of you use WhatsApp? इस पे भी 2-3 हाथ हैं क्या? अरे WhatsApp में कहीं मेटा आता है? What is that? तो वो मेटा क्या है? What is that मेटा? किसी ने यूज किया वो मेटा? नहीं यार, अभी होल्ड. किसी ने यूज किया है मेटा? वो यस भाई, जो आपका व्हाट्सएप पे मेटा है, क्या पर्पज है उस मेटा एआई का? प्रिसाइजली दे वांट आपको जो भी सर्च करना है, आप मेटा एआई वहीं करो, वहीं आपको मिल जाएगा. दे वांट दैट यू यूटिलाइज देयर इंजन. बट कभी आपने एक काम करना, मतलब आई एम जस्ट लीविंग ए थॉट विद ऑल ऑफ यू. कभी आप ना उसमें सर्च करना, जैसे सपोज आपका नाम क्या बताया था आपने? कार्तिक. सो कैन यू गिव मी द पिक्चर ऑफ कार्तिक. सो बहुत आसान है, कार्तिक को उसके डेटाबेस में पढ़ाइए, कार्तिक आप हो, पूरा नाम डालोगे, तब आप देखना वो क्या आंसर देगा आपको. अभी लोग देख लेंगे, इट विल नॉट गिव यू आंसर. दिस एन इम्पॉर्टेंट आस्पेक्ट विच इंडिया इज नाउ वर्किंग स्लोली ग्रेजुअली, विच कॉल डेटा प्रोटेक्शन एक्ट. इट विल नॉट गिव यू द फोटोग्राफ. अदरवाइज इफ यू आस्क blue horse, white horse, it will give it to you, but it will not give you the photograph of Kartik. Reason being, it simply mentioned individual data protection right, I can't give this. So people have started working around it. Okay. So please. मुझे आवाज़ नहीं आ रही आपकी ऑनेस्टली. Good. Because you have not described any particular name. Did you mention name? हाँ, prompt में आपने properties डाला. I got your point. That's why GPT का यूजेज ही है. GPT वर्जन आप जो देख रहे हो, GPT 3.0, 3.5, 4.0, it's all on data points. So 4.0 is somewhat around 18 billion data points. जितने डेटा पॉइंट्स आपके आते जाएंगे, GPT उतना स्ट्रॉन्ग होता जाएगा. So how many of you uses GPT, Chat GPT nowadays? You are using. So what purpose? Sorry. How many of you are using GPT, Chat GPT? So what purpose?
So for assignments or basically what we need to perform, for projects, for practical files, for code or related.
So assignment like means ma'am ने दिया ये question and you put in the Chat GPT and get the answer. No, I'm serious. So that's why I'm saying that there's a big debate around it. GPT is boon or bane. Okay. So till the time you know the subject, what I do, my laptop, always a window of Chat GPT is open. So we have our internal Chat GPT engine, which we say EYQ, always open. What we do, I'll tell you, and means it's up to you how you want to use. If you are not having mastery of the subject or understanding of the subject, still you are using, you are killing yourself. For example, suppose if I say, what would be the future of smart metering in India? You don't know anything about smart metering. You put the prompt, what would be the future of, please, nice article published. Ma'am, this is the future of India in smart metering. But you don't know anything about what is written there. It mentions how Indian GDP is growing this, electricity sector growing this, blah 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 blah. While if I say GPT, please give me the growth pattern of smart metering in India, it's useful for me because I know the content. I read the content, okay, it's fine, ये line मुझे थोड़ा ठीक नहीं लग रहा, I'll modify it because it will save my time. It really saves my time. So, to be very honest, any invitation to any leadership. So 2 months back, I was sending a mail to Secretary Power, where I was supposed to invite him in one event. What I put a prompt in my GPT, invite Secretary Power, event A, date A, venue A. 200 words. It has nicely articulated draft invitation for Secretary Power. Tell me, did I do anything unethical? No. Because GPT को मैंने बोला एक beautiful सा एक अच्छा सा grammatical सा बढ़िया सा लिख boss. Vis-a-vis you did smart metering का road map छाप boss. So it's up to us how we are using. That's the point. So even to my kids also, I can boss, अगर तुमने इस purpose से करना है तो it will never help you. If you know anything and you want to take a help from GPT, it will help you. If you want to do some modeling, data modeling I mean data modeling. So if you want to do data modeling, you know how regression works, what are the contours, what are the parameters, what is the dependency, what is the input, then you can take it. Anyone else would like to raise a hand how they are using ChatGPT apart from assignments? Yes, please.
Basically for analyzing trends, if I'm doing some analysis work on Power BI.
That's perfect.
So just getting some KPIs, some color combinations for for the company that I'm doing.
Exactly. And that's a precise use I'm saying. It will give you, because if you're working Power BI, all the game is a look and feel, all the game is a what kind of visualization you are giving, the entire game of that. It gives you n number of far superior visualization, which you can design in Power BI further.
Sometimes you think that combining 2 to 3 fields in just one visual is going to be crappy, but it is good actually.
Yes, that's the right, because you know the subject. Anyone else? बस यूज तो अब इतने सारे सब असाइनमेंट के लिए कोड दैट्स स्टिल वैलिड लाइक वेरी गुड exactly. It's a saving of mundane work, repetitive and mundane work, because it know the profile what you have created already. So I think I'm done. So the placement team is here. They've invited me. Probably they thought that you may ask some questions regarding to your career apart from technology, which we talked about. But in fact, I'm telling you, if you are spending your time around these 3D technologies, this is the future. और अगले 15 साल 10 साल कहीं नहीं है. हाँ, ये हो सकता है कि इसके सबसेट्स डेवलप होंगे, क्वांटम, एज कंप्यूटिंग, दिस वुड कम इन द पिक्चर, बट दिस इज द फ्यूचर एज ऑफ नाउ. मेटावर्स नहीं चल रहा बहुत सारा. Any questions related to a career in tech space? अभी तो पता है 2 ही 3 लोग पूछते हैं बस. हाँ प्लीज, अब कोई और नहीं पूछेगा तो यू कैन आस्क. Sorry?
Docker or Kubernetes, what are your views?
Yeah, I don't have understanding about Docker. My different infra team works around Docker.
Kubernetes?
No use, honestly. नहीं पता. Sorry, I could see one more hand. No questions. So I am done from my side, ma'am. Any other question? You can. I'll share the book's name with you, but please try to read those books. That will open your chakshus gyan ekdam in different directions. And a very good book. The
insights were really valuable for us. Thank you. Could we please come up on the stage or any for a guest photo?